the basis of an episode of 2020 where
2020?
Yeah, like I think it was John Stossel or somebody interviewed a whole room full of people that are like, we're chapstick addicts. They put something in it. Oh, I can't stop using it. It's ruining my life. Yeah.
He blew the lid off of some seriously addictive stuff in there.
That was the last I heard of it, though. So how bad could it possibly be? It just seemed like you have made your skin bad and now you need chapstick all the time.
That's hilarious. And John Stossel, of all people, like...
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a... Yeah. Anyway. All right, should we clap it? Clippity clappity. Clip clop.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Ow! What's up, guys? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa.
I'm Tressa.
I'm Josh, and we are here to talk about the show Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. This is season 1, episode 1 of Beyond Belief, and we're going to talk about all this stuff. The idea of the show is they present a bunch of stories, and they're either real crazy stories that happened or made up stories that they made up. And then at the end of the episode, they break down, like, did you get it right? Like, did you guess correctly? Is this thing real or is this thing fake? So if you haven't already seen this episode, it's currently available for free with ads on Tubi at the time of this recording.
Mine didn't even have ads on it. It was dope.
Oh, well, I don't have, I never signed up for an account, so I probably would have.
I always have ads. For some reason, I didn't have it on this. I don't know.
That's interesting. Oh, maybe, I don't know.
No, whatever.
Maybe it's free without ads. I don't know. I wasn't.
Hey, you guys, you know what? Back in the 90s when this aired, it would air right before The Simpsons. So all of us jerks would gather around the old tube TV and we'd play Fact or Fiction, and it'd be, okay, we all have very specific memory of this time. Summertime, the windows are open, the breeze is coming through.
There's a pie cooling.
Yep. There's a dog like flying through the air with a wifty nose. Okay.
You can hear a babbling brook in the distance. Also, you have horrible hay fever because of the goldenrod.
Mm-hmm. And
summer, am I right?
So true. And Frakes is like, so, did you get this one right? And we can hear people three houses down screaming fact and or fiction.
Is that true? Like,
yeah, it was so great because we knew, like, every Sunday this would be on. We listened to the neighbors scream and we join them, and then we watch The Simpsons.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I was outside of that bubble.
Oh, it was great. And then we go to the bar and get $1.50 Old Styles.
Wow.
Yeah. Good times.
Okay, so but here's the thing. You mentioned Frakes, Jonathan Frakes, aka Riker.
Yep.
He's number 1.
Yep. But not in this series.
But not in season 1.
He is number 2.
We've got hosting this is James Brolin.
Papa Brolin.
Father of Josh Brolin. Father of Thanos.
That's right.
He's the father of the guy from Thrashin'.
Yes. And
the Goonies. The father of the guy that was in that.
Yes.
And No Country for Old Men. The father.
And he was murdered in Outer Range.
Right. But also he traveled in time
No, he was murdered by his son in Outer Range.
Wait, what?
Because Josh Brolin was the guy that murdered his father in Outer Range.
Oh, fuck. You just blew my mind. So you're saying Josh Brolin's character in Outer Range, before he traveled through time, back in the 1860s, 1880s, back in the 1800s, he killed famous actor James Brolin, who hosted this show.
Yeah, right after he hosted this show, because time is weird.
Time is a flat circle, as they say in True Detective. Mm-hmm. Did you watch True Detective?
I watched the first couple seasons and I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah. Okay, so James Brolin, he tells us at the beginning of this episode, among other things, that sometimes the only explanations are unexplainable. A writer wrote that, and he said it. That's, like, it had to pass, like, several people's, okay, I agree. Like, we can't get a better wording on that?
Nope. Absolutely not. That's perfect. You know those idiots that watch these shows. Hey, we already kind of discussed this, but I like to point out that even the true stories, he openly says that a lot of the details have been changed. So even the true quote-unquote stories, that's why I love it, because it's like, here's the most bullshit thing that ever happened, and it's true.
Right, so here's the thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's like, the stories on this show are divided into two. The first, the fact ones, it's like you find, their staff found maybe a very short newspaper article from a local newspaper that's like published in one town.
We'll
where
just
there's
fill
no
out the
follow-up
details.
or anything.
Yeah.
And then they just produced like a recreation video of whatever they fucking riff on with that. So that's the fact one. The fact is some bullshit that someone else made up. And then the fiction one is the one where they didn't have someone else's article to go off of. They just made a thing up whole cloth.
It was just creative writing. Like, they didn't even have anything to go off of.
Just sit down, give yourself a writing prompt, and free associate.
Could this happen? Maybe.
Fact!
So bottom line is, I fucking love this show. It's so stupid.
There's something amazing in the recreation videos that's like, you don't get stuff like this. Nothing is made like this today. Absolutely nothing.
Not at all.
This is the exact same format as Unsolved Mysteries. There are a lot of shows that use recreation videos, but there's nothing where it's like between 80 and 90% of the show is recreation video, where you've got up and coming actors, like struggling actors, some of whom go on to great success, like doing their best and like making their families proud by appearing in like a segment on this show.
When I was in high school, this kid,
Which is at least 5 years ago now.
yeah, it was like 3 years ago. This kid was like, he got an acting role in one of the reenactments of Unsolved Mysteries. And boy, was he the popular kid that year.
Oh. I think that I'm in an Unsolved Mysteries. I've occasionally been grabbed to be in a couple of recreation videos because like they were like down the hall from whatever I was working on. It's like, oh, you're wearing sneakers, so we're gonna like shoot your feet walking into this room or something like that. Or like you have salt and pepper hair, so you're now the dad in this thing. Just it'll take 10 minutes.
Here's what we need to recreate.
Oh, wait, I was actually, you know what? I was
What?
definitely in a recreation video as like a molested child in America's Most Wanted.
Oh my God. And
So
you were like
it's
47.
literally just from the knees down you see like jeans and sneakers walking in.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a hilarious joke, but anyways. uh, uh, do we even need to go into like the bumpers of each one? Because it's just like Brolin being like, "Hey, check out this crazy sign. It says false, or does it?"
Right. The very first thing is like I don't know how to describe. It's a thing that you'd see on a T-shirt that no one would buy. Where it simultaneously says true and false in different colors overlapping. It's sort of like one of those like I secretly loathe the colorblind shirts.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That
That's
apparently
exactly.
don't even work because people who are colorblind tell me like this isn't even the right color palette. Like I can see what that says.
I want to believe that colorblind people made those shirts.
Oh, that seems plausible.
I don't know.
Who else is as tuned in to what the colorblind are doing and thinking as the colorblind themselves?
Nobody. That's who.
Right. Also, any of us could be colorblind and not realize it because how would you know?
And you know what? I think that's why no one knew what the color blue was for so many decades, centuries, or whatever it was.
What?
You know about that, right?
No. What are you talking about?
Like, no. Okay. Fact or fiction this one, Josh?
Fiction.
Nobody had a word for the color blue for like centuries. And it like didn't show up in archaeology, archaeologists couldn't find any record of the color, the word blue in any language until like a certain point in human history. I don't know.
Are you saying?
when, but
Oh, hold on a second. I have some questions.
I'm
So,
an
are you
expert,
saying
go
that like to have a pigment that you could like stain clothes with or like paint with or something that was like hard to come by, that is a believable thing. However, the sky and the ocean and certain other like just undeniable facts of your life are this color, and you don't think that there was a word to broadly describe blue in
Right.
any language?
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
I
The-
don't think
Nope.
so.
Hey.
Fiction.
hey, can you shut up now, though? I don't remember what the theory is of why this word did not exist before this time, but it was some like bullshit that I was like, no, that's stupid. Why couldn't people's eyes just evolve to now they see a new color, which is blue? Like, there are animals that see different colors than we do. There are butterflies that see thousands of colors that we don't see. It's just like our eyes
The theory
evolved.
is that like our eyes had not evolved to process blue.
That's my theory, because the theory I read was bullshit. Like, blue didn't exist. Of course blue fucking existed. We just didn't see it because our eyes weren't in tune with it yet.
Well, also, I mean, like I'm not a linguist or a historian, so I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. But that just doesn't seem right, because unless the human eyeball had not evolved to see the color blue, also, like, there are people with blue eyes.
But that's fairly new too.
Oh, that's a mutation.
I mean, that could have happened the same time we started seeing blue. I'm saying it's colorblindness.
I don't think that's right.
Well, you're wrong.
I mean, wait, hold on a second. In like a rainbow, when you see like light refracted through water in like a naturally occurring rainbow, is there blue in that? I don't think so.
There's indigo,
There's indigo, right?
which, yeah, that's the blue.
But that's like purplish.
It's dark blue creeping into purple, but there's also purple.
I mean, here's the thing, like, did the word blue exist whether or not blue exists. It's like if you have something sweet to eat after dinner before the word dessert was ever uttered, like dessert was a thing even before they had the word dessert.
Okay, how about if you were not able to taste sweet things, so it was just more food, so you didn't need a new name for it?
Why would you think that you couldn't taste it?
I'm just trying to use your dumbass example. Because my theory is the thing existed, we just didn't know it was there. And your theory is that thing existed, we just didn't come up with a name for it till later.
I have read that the last squeeze of breast milk
is the sweetest. Oh,
it
it's
is.
so good.
Yes.
Fucking delicious.
And therefore it's like encoded in your like brain at the earliest of ages that you end a meal with something sweet.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't know who's doing that research.
Oh, sir. Put the tite down, please.
New York tite.
Nice.
Anyway, James Brolin.
So he's letting us know. It could be true. It could be false. So we don't know all the details. They changed some, even in the true ones. It's fine. Which one's true? Which one's false? Here's a new story called The Apparition.
Right. So Act 1 is a story about a woman.
Ew.
Her name is Mona. She had previously had a nervous breakdown.
What people called a nervous breakdown.
Her mother had recently died.
Yeah. She hates her husband.
There may be some problems in the relationship. She's scared, or is she having a relapse? A relapse of nervous breakdown? Seems to be the question. Anyway, all of this is the most amazing recreation video. All acting is done to 11. Like, do not leave a moment. Like, if you're gonna walk up to a bell, don't just ring it. Drop kick it.
That's right. That's right, Josh. So what we got is Mona here, and she is freaking out because she keeps seeing a woman covered in mud with her slit throat, her throat slit.
Her slit throat.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Right behind her in one specific mirror.
Just in the one mirror.
And she's
and so
like,
they go to couples counseling, and the husband, who I don't know, it seems like a reasonable guy, he's like,
yeah.
Why don't we get rid of that mirror?
Yeah.
And the doctor is like, yeah, I don't think it's the mirror.
But it's only that one mirror. Why would we? Okay.
Right.
The look on the husband's face is just like, oh, I really wanted to get rid of that mirror. Of course he did. What are you doing, lady? So they get back home.
Yeah, Mona rearranges the house.
Because she can't rearrange her brain or
and
whatever.
Can't fix all the problems in her relationship. There's so much like, how do you even describe the way the characterizations are written? I couldn't rearrange my brain.
What? Lady, I don't understand you. And also, I'm sorry for all the trouble you've gone through.
So her husband, George, is in bed and asks her to turn out the light. Like, my dude, can you just, like, get this one yourself? Because, like, what the fuck?
She was like, first off, she had her sweater over her head. And then he's like, yo, turn that light off. And she's like, oh, yeah, no problem. And
the voiceover is like, I knew that he wanted me to face my demons.
Yeah. Come on, you guys.
And I wanted to. And boom, there's a ghost in the mirror.
Ba, ba, ba.
So it's like there's this other woman behind her in the mirror in ghosty throat slit fashion.
Yep. As they do.
Anyway, time
Next
marches
day
on.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's been terrible storms and all the commuters are stuck in the city.
And that includes George.
No!
Yeah, he's going to have to spend the night in the city. Not with his mistress.
Nope. That's
It's
ridiculous.
just storm related.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, like 3
when
or 4
it
times
rains.
a week.
Yeah. And she's like, you know what? I'm just going to cover the mirror real quick. You know what? Yes.
Yeah, that seems like
Do
a good
that.
move. How did that never happen before?
I don't, yeah. She's like, I'm going to sleep with the light on then if you're going to be in the city. She doesn't. She goes to bed. Thunder scares her so badly, she wakes up and grabs the phone and then puts it down. I don't know what that was. And then she goes back to sleep. And somebody breaks her window. And
You know, here's the thing.
Yeah?
Robberies in the suburbs don't happen this way.
How do they happen, Josh?
They're daytime
Oh,
because people are away from
In
their
the
suburban
city,
home, in the
commuting?
city, etc.,
yeah.
and they're at work. People, like, it's very uncommon for someone to break into a suburban home in the middle of the night during a storm, of all things. Also, like,
Right. I want to be outside trying to get inside. No, just go home at that point. Don't rob somebody. Go home.
anyway, the guy from the Sloman's commercial.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Oh, that's like, I don't even know if they still have them. The Sloman's Shield was like maybe that's a regional thing. Where it's like an alarm company type thing where it's like somebody breaks into your house. And I just remember them being like racist, crazy alarmist shit. And it's like,
That sounds about right for
Yeah.
like an alarm company or whatever.
totally. Anyway, so a guy breaks in.
She goes to check it out because now she's brave. And a guy comes up and grabs her from behind and pulls a knife out. They struggle. She pulls the sheet off the mirror and pulls him in front of it. And he sees the lady in the mirror too.
And falls down the stairs to his death.
But he wasn't dead.
He wasn't dead?
No, because James Brolin was like, and the police found him walking around confused 2 blocks away, muttering about a woman with a slit throat in a mirror. And that
It
was,
turns out that the guy who did the break-in had murdered previously, and the ghost in the mirror was his victim.
whoa. And they put a photo of that victim in the paper, and that's how Mona knew it was the same woman.
And then she was able to sleep at night and never had another problem for the rest of her life.
The end.
Second story takes place in prison on death row.
Gritty. It's called Electric Chair or something.
Yeah, it's because there's an electric chair.
Oh. And James is going to describe exactly what it is and how it works as he sits in one. Then we go to the jail.
So we've got this dude who,
Raymond Michael Edmondson.
yeah, Raymond has protested his innocence from day one, as is, I think, fairly common on death row.
That's right.
No one believed him.
It was his attorney's first case.
Tough
break.
Yeah. Raymond had really, he'd slipped through the cracks, you know. He was a Vietnam vet. He came back. He didn't have a place. He didn't have a family. He was homeless. He was out on the streets.
He was convicted solely on eyewitness accounts. No evidence other than that whatsoever.
Right. What was the crime?
First-degree murder.
Right.
It was, I don't know, a holdup or some crap.
So Raymond gets marched, as one does, the final walk to the chair. put in the chair, strapped in.
Yep.
They tape down your eyeballs so they don't pop out, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Or squirt out when they explode. You're welcome.
anyway, his lawyer has come to be witness and see him off.
Mm-hmm.
And the warden says, "All right, that's time." And they pull the switch and nothing happens.
What? How?
And then they check the chair
It's fine.
and they're like, "All right, let's do it again." And so they
Nothing.
throw the switch again and nothing happens. By the way, this is like the point on the roller coaster where I'm like, just turn it off, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't like roller coasters because there's always the fake out. It's worse than the real thing.
Yeah.
The anticipation of death is far worse.
Yes, it
I
always
don't
is.
know. I haven't had to die, but
I mean, how do you know that? How do you know you're not dead right now, Josh?
anyway, they take him back to the cell. Raymond has 24-hour reprieve so that they can examine the chair and see
And
what
it's
the
fine.
fuck just went wrong. Yeah, there was nothing wrong with it.
No. Next day, dude, they let him go. He's all dressed in his street clothes. They're like, "Get out of here, you scamp."
It turns out that in that very same moment,
Uh-huh.
a robbery suspect was arrested that looked exactly like Raymond.
That's crazy.
While in custody, that guy confesses to the murder.
No way.
And Raymond, just like that,
They just
bing,
let him
bang,
go?
boom.
They don't
The
like have to
wheels
do
of justice are really, really fast.
no bureaucratic red tape, no paperwork. Just
Fiction!
see you later.
I'm calling fiction on this one.
A little early, so we'll have to find out later in the episode. But
I mean, I don't know. I wrote it down, but I already don't remember what they said.
yeah, but yeah, it's fine. It is different times.
It's horseshit.
Next
Third story. Got a
story
singer.
segment. On the road is this one is called. Vicky's
On the
a
road
singer.
again. You
I'm
know that? That's Willie Nelson.
Oh, is that? Thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Anyway, this is about a different singer, not Willie
Oh,
Nelson.
because if it was about Willie Nelson, we'd be able to check it out. I am confused
The
about.
redheaded stranger.
You know, I never realized
Hmm?
they always called him that, and I never saw him with red hair when I first heard that. He always had gray hair to me. So anyway,
I mean,
Vicky.
if you check out, you can see old clips of him,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the 50s when he has a pompadour, and it's amazing.
I mean, I get that, but I don't know.
Right. Does it seem so wrong for Willie
It's
Nelson
just-
to have anything but super long hair?
In braids?
Yeah.
I agree, yeah. So I don't really understand
On the road again.
Vicky's socioeconomic deal. Like, she's a singer. She appears to be like a Holiday Inn lounge singer, but people fucking go nuts for her. And
She has super fans. The guys ogle her. Yeah, clearly, the way they did the recreation video, Holiday Inn lounge singer is the thing. It's like, is this just a drunk person that's staying here that's singing, or did they hire this person? I don't know.
Yeah, but apparently she makes enough money to own a giant house, and her
Huge.
and her husband is her manager, and they do great. They make great money, and fucking good for them.
Yeah, and they have a daughter who also helps out somehow.
Yeah, she files. I don't know. Yeah. So
So yeah, she spends most of the year on the road touring because she's so sought after.
yeah.
Also, the entirety of this segment, there's this sad, winsome jazz score. Just whole there's a lot of scoring for all of these segments, but
Yeah.
this one is like nothing makes me feel more suicidal than hearing this music.
Hooray! So
And everything makes me feel suicidal.
oh God. Okay, so Dad's, Cal, I think his name is Cal's doing manage job stuff.
Management, yeah.
And he gets a call, and it's Vicky, and she's like,
Yeah, the
"Yo."
line's a little crackly.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like hard to hear. Hey, yeah, I'll meet you there. Cool.
Oh, wait, shouldn't you be in Jacksonville already?
Airplanes, you know how it works. And so he goes to their old hangout, but it looks like it's closed, but it's unlocked, so he's going to go ahead and walk in there and trespass anyway.
Yeah, there's a fucking completely locked, closed bar that's on the way to the airport that was their place.
Yeah.
And he's apparently able to just breeze right in. He's not a lockpick. He's not breaking in other than just opening the door.
Yep.
To this completely closed and locked establishment.
So then...
And 2 seconds later, his daughter enters.
Yeah, from the side door. Like a different door.
This
Are
is
these
a real family of like Houdinis.
Yeah, thank you. A whole locksmith, generations of locksmiths just living their lives and breaking into old clubs, talking about old times and first dates and...
Yeah. The dad explains this was apparently, even though the daughter is there and knew how to get there and what this place is, has to have it explained to her this was their first date spot. It's where they met and fell in love. And she's all like asking questions like she's never heard any of this before. Like, how did you know you were in love? And more to the point, she's like, don't you get jealous? Like, she's the star and she has all the attention. And he's like, nope.
I love it when you used to bring me here because I got to play music on the jukebox. So you've been here before. So, and this is the first time you're hearing the story about this place?
Right. Also, did I miss a part where she said Mom called me also and said
Yeah,
to
that's
come
why
here?
she was there.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I was just so focused on the fucking sad jazz.
Yeah. Never mind. And then...
Uh-huh.
See, I have hilarious jokes that could be triggering, so I can't say them.
Well, I see.
So then Cal gets a phone call on his 90s cell phone, which was
Right. It's old-timey.
a treat to see.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on, I can't hear you. You have to get closer to the door. Love that, too. And he's
Which,
like,
by the way, is a problem I still have to this day. I basically have to put my face up against the glass of the window,
Bro,
and I'm still getting a shitty signal.
in Connecticut, I've never had worse signal. And I
am
have
in New York City.
I know,
where you would
East
think there would be
Coast.
no problems.
No, it's the East Coast. Your part of the country blows assholes. I have a Connecticut number and I still got no fucking signal.
So
Yeah.
I assume that because you're in the middle of the country, all digital and cell phone technology runs on cheese curds or something.
Yep.
It's Dairy Belt.
We
Right.
know what we're doing. I mean, cheese curds, come on.
It's all ice cream based.
It's all lactose based. And he gets his call, and guess what, Josh?
Well, wait a second. At the same time that he's on the phone, the daughter wanders off to the stage. She finds an earring, a sparkly, sparkly earring.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. This is just like the one that Mom gave me. Oh my God. So Cal's like, listen, the band and your mom were in a plane crash. And
It's
crashed.
exactly like Buddy Holly
Yeah.
and Richie Valens and the Big Bopper.
Uh,
Patsy Cline was in a separate one with,
and-
what's his name? Hawkshaw Hawkins was in the plane with Patsy Cline. So it was a bad time to be a musician and in a plane.
Yeah. You don't want to do it. And he's like, what time did you get a call from your mother? I got a call from my mother at 11:15, and she's like, I don't know, before 11:30. And he's like, well, the plane crashed at 10:30. And she's like, that's weird. But she's okay, right? And I don't know if it's the line or the delivery of this line, but it made me laugh out loud. He just says, they're all dead.
Yeah, that actor is like, he's kind of amazing because at first I was like, oh, he's like super overacting like everyone on the show is, but this guy has some fucking secret sauce. Like when the daughter was like, don't you get jealous of the way the guys look at her and like she has all the attention, his delivery on no is amazing.
Anyway,
Like there's something extra about that dude.
Yeah,
I don't know who he is. Like I don't know if he has a career that I need to be made more aware of.
he looked very familiar, so I feel like he does, but I don't know for sure. He was great, and that was the end of that segment.
Yep. Now we got segment 4.
Number 1 with a bullet.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah. So we see Sharon, and she's always on her computer like a nerd.
Yeah, what a nerd. She's a real career gal.
She won't even stop working for the Valentine's Day party because she's a nerd.
Yeah, there's very little romance in her heart, I guess.
I guess so. But it's also her anniversary.
Right. So her best friend is also her coworker.
Her work wife.
Her work wife is like, oh, what are you doing for your anniversary? And she pulls out 2 tickets to Paris.
What?
She's finally going to take her husband on the honeymoon for their anniversary that they never got to have.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny. The reaction of not just tickets. I mean, they could have been to like Schenectady, but her friend's reaction was like, holy fuck, you got airplane tickets? Oh, shit.
Well, it was the 90s. Like,
It was expensive.
airplane technology was brand new.
There are people dying in Buddy Holly plane crashes all over the place. So,
Waylon Jennings was the bass player for the Crickets. He's just a good old boy. Are you not a Waylon Jennings fan?
I just don't want to go down this road right now.
Okay.
So Sharon goes home and she sees, she sees a cruiser in her driveway.
Yeah, police car, also known as a cruiser.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yes.
I thought I was talking to people who knew the lingo. I didn't know you had to dumb it down for me. I'm sorry. And and the way it gets explained is so weird. Like,
Yeah.
she's so, like, it's so weird that there's a cruiser in a driveway, but she goes in anyway. Like, where else is she going to go, first off? And then second off, we find out her husband's a cop. So why is it weird there's a cop car in
Shouldn't
her
it be
driveway?
totally normal that this police officer has a police car and the sight of it would not be weird at all?
At all.
Except
Uh-huh.
that, you know, she normally works during these hours, so she does not expect him to be home. She finds a trail of clothing leading up the stairs, like
he's just
everyone
messy.
always does
You know?
whenever they're having an affair in their own home.
You have to get undressed before you get to the bed. That
Yeah,
is the rules.
Take all of the clothes off, like leave a trail from the front door up the stairs to the marital bed that you share with your wife
But also,
or husband, depending on the case.
of course, and leave your boxers on. Continue.
So yeah, then like she follows the trail of clothes, mystified.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
She's totally mystified. What's with it? What's with all these clothes? And
It's
then
not usually this messy. Go ahead.
and the voiceover explains to us that her husband is a cop, and that he also takes extra care in training the new cops.
He basically takes advantage of his subordinates like a cop would, because ACAB, go ahead.
Or maybe this is a wild romance, Tressa.
Nope.
An amour fou. A wild, crazy love that could not be denied.
Nope, ACAB.
You know, sometimes you meet someone that you fall in love with in the workplace.
Nope.
Anyway,
Higher-ups, never.
So anyway...
It's all a fucking power play, and it's bullshit. Go ahead.
So he's a cop, and he's in bed with a lady cop, and the two are having cop sex.
She leaves her gun by the bed, as you do.
Right. She's a lady cop. That's what else would you expect?
She took off all her clothes before she got there, but she left her gun on because it's that kind of day.
Right, but the husband cop, he left his gun on the bureau by the bedroom door.
Oh no!
Yeah. Also, I just want to point out that the actor that plays the husband, he's had like a lot more work since then. I think that he is like a recurring character on The Sopranos.
I never saw that.
Anyway, so anyway.
Sharon walks in and she's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, hey, I was about to fly us to Paris for our anniversary honeymoon.
Now I have to go by myself. Eat this gun.
Yeah, she pulls his own gun and points it at him.
Lady cop is like, not while I'm here and my gun's right next to me. And she's like, drop it, or whatever cops say. And then her husband struggles with her.
Yeah, gentleman cop rushes Sharon, the wife. They are now struggling for the gun together. He's wearing his underwear.
Yes, you do.
His cop underwear.
Gross. And the gun goes off and kills Sharon
within minutes. They say that. Dies within minutes.
Yeah. Work wife is pissed. She's like, you know what? Everyone knew that he just got away with murder.
Yeah, because the cop was just cleared of all wrongdoing. Which, by the way, I think that's correct.
Yeah, I do too.
Because,
it was an accident. She was holding the gun. It went off.
Well, also, having an affair is not a crime.
Right.
Pulling a gun on someone is.
Yes.
The other person, it's their job to stop someone with a gun.
The woman could have shot her, and I believe his gun went off and shot her. Not the lady cop. The lady cop
either way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even if the woman cop shot her, it would still be fine because it was in self-defense. Like,
yeah, all of that. As far as if the story is told, if it's fact, then it rings true. Anyway,
wife,
the work wife, best friend from the office, she is very angry.
Very.
She goes to the house. This is years later. Mm-hmm. The husband has now married the woman that he was having an affair with. So, listen, I think romance won here, Tressa.
Or did power win again?
Well,
ACAB.
Well, hold on. If it was a power play, then why is he going to marry the cow when he's getting the milk for free?
I don't know how cops think. They're fucking stupid, dude. So work wife comes.
I'm just saying, it seems like, look, if you take the perspective of this guy was in an unhappy relationship, his career gal wife was never around, could never make time for the relationship. He falls head over heels in love
with a subordinate power.
But then I'm just saying, like, it wasn't just an affair. And it wasn't just a subordinate. They end up getting married. They stay together.
It's all for appearances, Josh. You and I both know this.
It stands the test of time, Tressa.
Does it? It doesn't, though.
It seems like it.
Okay, but okay. Whatever. Tomato, tomato. So work wife comes.
Clamato, as James Brolin's son's neighbor would say in the future past.
That's right, Josh. Thank you.
Longtime listeners, letterheads, and superfans alike will, of course, know that once again we are referencing the Amazon Prime original Outer Range, starring Josh Brolin, Lily Taylor, Imogen Poots, Noah Reid, and so many others.
Classic. But for sure, go watch that. Anyway.
Clamato.
John is the cop's name. He's mowing the lawn. Work wife goes, I'm going to fucking murder this dude. So she goes and
she has a gun.
Yeah.
Where did she get a gun?
The UPS man that she stole the costume from. And
Totally. By the way, it's 2 p.m. The sun hangs high in the sky. She's dressed like she's a second-story man.
It's such a big jacket, and she looks like she's a small child in a trench coat, and she pulls out a gun and she shoots at him and misses him and hits the tree that's like whatever, but he doesn't even hear it because he's mowing the lawn.
Yeah, the lawnmower covers the sound of the gun, and he just goes about his life, and so does she. She's like, I missed. I'm going home.
What are you gonna do?
Forget about it.
It's a bad idea anyway. So years later, new wifey is like, bro, you got to get rid of that tree. It's got your and her initials. I don't want to look at it anymore.
Right. We never, by the way, heard about this tree.
Nope.
Before this. But apparently.
Yeah.
Unreferenced.
Uh-huh.
was this tree wherein he had once carved the initials of him and his now dead wife that he killed. I would think that everybody would want that tree down. Like, not just her. I would think that he would want it down more than she would.
Yeah. But, he's finally getting around to it. Finally getting to that honey-do list. And he gets out his chainsaw and he's chainsawing. And it hits the bullet that was lodged in there by work wife, and it hits him right in the heart and he dies.
Boom, ricochet.
You know what my favorite part about this segment is? That the only true part about it is the bullet ricocheting and killing him. Everything else about this story was bullshit.
Is that what you think?
100%.
Interesting. Interesting. I think that the only true part is that they had a Valentine's Day party at the office. Everything else was elaborated from that one point.
I think that the only true part was the fact that someone once bought plane tickets to Paris once.
On an airline that no longer exists.
That's right. I think that the only true part is that they were friends that worked together in an office once.
Do you remember that waiter? Jean-Luc. Do you know what I'm talking about? That was like a coffee commercial.
Yeah, International Coffees. Fuck yeah, I do.
All right, story 5, segment number 5.
Dreamhouse.
Dreamhouse, Barbie Dreamhouse.
This segment was stupid as hell, and I didn't enjoy it.
Everybody went to 11.5 in this one.
Oh my God. Like this. Okay, here's the deal, guys. This story is dumb as hell. We need you to make it seem interesting. So I need you to dial it up.
No,
more.
More.
No. You know what? I want you to imagine putting on clown shoes and then not doing that, but still having that in your head. Go.
Okay, just remember, there's no way that anyone can understand what emotion you're feeling unless your face screams the emotion.
Also, no one's going to know that you're dreaming unless you are physically moving your mouth and saying things. So do that a lot.
All right, so Alicia wants to buy a house, and she dreams of a big, beautiful house.
Neat.
And then she wakes up, and her husband is like, okay, honey, that sounds like a great dream, but we just have money for a starter home. And then they go check out a place, and she's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not the dream house. It's not the house of my dreams.
It's all right, I guess. Whatever. Okay, fine. It's fine, but just don't... bitch, we cannot afford the Home Alone house. Can you just reel it in just a fucking little bit? Okay, we're gonna go look at some more houses.
I dreamed of 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Who doesn't?
And I will accept nothing less.
So now we're going to go drive and see another house. But wait.
No, wait. She's going to go to sleep and dream about the same house again first.
And it's going to look like
wake
this.
Up. The husband is clearly sick of hearing about this dream.
Huh, that's weird.
He doesn't say it.
No.
But, has anybody ever told you about their dream? It's the worst. I don't want to hear about your dream. It didn't happen. It's just a dream.
That's one of my
telling me
favorite
about
things
it
to
is
do.
now wasting both of our times.
I love to tell people about my dreams, and I know people hate it, and I do not care. So,
are they entertaining? Do you tell a good story? Because I have. I mean, here's the thing: 1 in 1,000. You're like, oh my god, that's amazing, and you want to remember every aspect of it because this person reporting their dream is actually telling you the most incredible story.
Yeah.
But the other 999 times, shut the fuck up, please. I've got other things to do.
Okay, here's the thing.
Even if I don't have other things to do, I'm gonna stick my head in the bucket instead.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I understand that. And I will have a dream that is amazing and unbelievable and so interesting while I'm in it. And then I will try to explain it, and it will come out as I saw a weird bird at the mall.
Only the bird was also me. And it didn't look like me.
Right. But also, I'm going to draw this story out for about an hour in great detail. So anyways,
so the long-suffering husband is all right, let's go check out. There's a new listing, and we've already been to this neighborhood, but it's a brand new house on the market.
Wait, stop!
Yeah, they screech to a halt.
She jumps out before he even stops. She ducks and rolls.
Fucking stop, drop, and roll. Yeah, 100%.
He has to back up and find parking.
which, by the way, that's not an issue because everything that's on the show is clearly shot within 3 houses of each other.
Yes.
All locations are the same location.
Except for that club.
In sunny suburban California. Except for the shutdown club.
So he catches up with her, and she's walking up to the house, and she's telling him all about the house.
She literally walks right into the house.
Walks right the fuck in. She doesn't knock.
He tries to stop her.
He's like, hey, maybe we don't do this because this is not, what are you doing? And
people live here. What the fuck? And she's like, it's exactly as I dreamed. Oh my God. The French doors, just like I told you. This other thing, just like I told you.
She is going in full detail. Oh, look. Okay.
Yeah.
When they walk in, he's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't just walk into this house. That's the last we hear about maybe we shouldn't do this. She is walking all throughout this fucking goddamn house. What? And then someone comes out from the backyard and it's like, hey.
A woman in a blazer.
Yeah. Thank God. Hey, I'm the real estate agent. You wouldn't believe it, but this house is just on the market today. That's great because we just walked in not knowing anything. We just
Right, the realtor's like, do you want to check out the backyard? And the woman is like, oh, you're going to love the pool. You've always wanted a pool. And the realtor's like, your wife has been here before?
And the husband's like, shrug.
So they put in, all they can do is a low bid.
Yeah. Low
But
TV bid.
it's accepted.
What? And you
Yeah.
know why? Because the real estate agent was told, take the first bid no matter what. Which sounds like bullshit. And the woman comes out and
The
she's
owner
like,
of the house.
Yeah. And she's like, oh my God. Oh, yeah.
Oh, but first,
Yeah.
before the woman comes out. Okay, so the realtor says, the owner told me take the first offer. And she's like, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's haunted.
I don't give a fuck. Give me this house.
This house, listen, the owner believes, and I believe, that it is haunted. And
That
then
sounds like bullshit. Give me that house.
the owner emerges
and
sees Alicia. It was you.
you bitch.
You're the ghost. You've been here every night.
And I had been in my dreams. So yeah, that's the end of that. Lady. I hated that one so much.
Okay, so here's the thing. We got 5 stories. And we've got to figure out which ones were fact and which were fiction. I'm gonna say something crazy here, which is absolutely all of this is bullshit.
Okay, doy. But let's pick the ones that may have had a pebble of truth in it.
Just a kernel of truth.
Yeah, they took a sentence out of a newspaper clipping and said, let's build around this. Let's take, which one of those ones are fact? Yeah, let's pick those ones out as fact.
All right,
Because-
what do I think was real? All right, so we have the mirror one. We have the electric chair one. We have the singer one. We have the cop bullet one. And we have the dream house one. They're all fucking fake.
Okay, if you're not gonna play along, here goes mine. Okay, apparition, bullshit. What was the next one? Electric chair, bullshit. On the road, bullshit. Number one with bullet. Yeah, I already said that's real because it has whatever.
Because there was really a Valentine's Day party.
Yep, that's why. Dream house. Shut the fuck up. No, it's all. Number one with a bullet is the only real one. However,
You're saying that 4 out of 5 are fake and 1 of these is real.
yes.
Doesn't that seem like ratio wise? I'm just saying, like,
It seems like
wouldn't they
poor
want to have it a
planning.
little bit more balanced?
I'm saying that's my opinion. That's not what they said, though.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, if you're playing the Vegas odds.
Well, okay, but you said they were all bullshit, so fuck you.
Yeah. Well, they're clearly all bullshit.
Clearly. Okay. Oh, how about this? I like this one better. Okay. Let's see what they said. They said the apparition was fact. I'm going to pick out what they took from a news clipping.
There was a real mirror. There was a real couples counselor. There was a storm.
This woman had a nervous breakdown.
She listened to the Black Flag song Nervous Breakdown.
I'm going to say that there was a story in a book once about a woman who saw a reflection of someone else in a mirror. That's what they built around. That's what I'm going to say.
I mean, that if it were a story in a book, then couldn't they not report that as real?
Electric chair. This one is all fiction.
Yeah.
On the road, all fiction.
Oh,
No-
but this is where you fell in love with Mom? And also the electric chair?
Number one with a bullet. Fact. And I've already cited why that is fact.
Uh-huh.
And Dream House. Fact. Because someone once dreamt about a house. The end.
Okay, so just getting back to number one with a bullet. Wait, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it
Really?
is. Uh-huh.
It's hilarious. Okay, so like the New York evening news, I haven't had regular TV in like a million years, but like it's amazingly tabloidy and hilarious, but it's also like horrific. So like, you know, all the like standard dangerous drains type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
New York also has stories about like, you know, there were Yale students on top of this 50-story tower throwing cinder blocks off at like randomly. Shit like that is just like a news story that pops by in like 30 seconds. I remember one about, this is on Long Island, two drunk cops that were partners. It was a man and a woman that were thrown out of like 3 or 4 bars for drunkenly having sex in the bars.
A 3 or 4?
Yeah, it's like they kept getting thrown out of this bar, and then they went down the street and they were like doing it in the parking lot, and they got thrown out of that place, and then so maybe it was all based on that.
Yep. Instead of going to the car or the bathroom, they just took off all their clothes on their way to the bedroom.
except for the belt and gun, the holster.
Right, leave that on. It's hot. But I feel like there have been cases where a bullet has ricocheted from a chainsaw.
I mean,
That's the only reason.
Here's the thing. Like, I know that environmental activists used to spike trees, and maybe they still do this, so that they could not be cut down safely because the shrapnel would go flying and maim or kill someone.
That's probably where I got the idea from. But
yeah. And possibly that's all that's true. That's the only true thing.
Exactly. All you need to do is build around that, change some small, tiny details.
Right. So the only difference is
everything.
Yeah, none of these people existed.
There's no Paris. Paris doesn't exist.
Paris is burning.
Josh, how do you feel about this show in general?
Crazy Horse, Paris, France, forgot the names, remember romance. That's Motley Crue. Don't you?
I don't.
Too Fast for Love. What do I think of this show? I mean, it's like, I don't know if I can do this as like a regular, I'm going to do this all the time type thing, but I could do this as, I could see this as like, we could do this sometimes, and it's like a fun palate cleanser.
You know what? This will be fun with guests too, because we don't have to.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh.
And I love some over the top acting. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God. I wonder if we could get. Well, I don't know who we could get. So, like some truly great actor to sit in with us.
Yes.
Some like Sir Laurence Olivier, but alive. Sir Laurence
His
Olivier.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? My dogs are barking literally. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, that's all the time we have for today.
Let's wrap this up, you guys. I can't believe how much fun I've had clicking and ticking. And so until next time.
Keep on rocking in the free world.